Our winter NSESA state championship. We are in a 2-day state tournament here. Sorry for the delay on getting started, but day one is always that. I am Coach Matt Hinkle from Grand Island Northwest, and I'm here with, who do we got? Two players or two people from Conestoga, right?
Yes.
So what's your name?
Jonathan.
Okay, Jonathan. And?
I'm Isaac.
And Isaac. So we're going to bring you the winners here and see what happens throughout the day. Looking at our bracket, let's see if we can find a bracket here. Our bracket, so the first match of the day, we're going to see Winnebago and Conestoga. And then we are going to then drop down to our second match of the day. If we can scroll down, will be Syracuse and Winnebago 2. So we'll be getting into that in a little bit. So our first match, though, we'll be jumping into here in a little bit. The racers are starting to get in. Over on the left screen, we're going to actually see our Conestoga team, and then on the right screen, you're going to see Winnebago. So both of these teams ready to go. We're excited about it. Again, thanks for joining us. Looks like our racers are jumping in, so we'll get into theirs. Again, 150 cc's is what we have. All right. Let's turn this down a little bit. I think we're up and running. Do you guys have me in your ear? Can you hear anything?
Yep,
perfect.
I don't hear you.
All right.
Is that coming from your spreadsheet?
Yes. Oh, yep. We're going to clear the score here. My script's a little off. Yep, we're ready to roll. Go ahead and get started. All right, first round of the NSESA State Championship Division III. I'm going to turn it over to our student casters here as they're going to walk you through. They know a little bit more about the game, so we'll see how this goes. So talk about the game, and even I guess you guys play, right? So tell us some of the rules.
No DLC maps.
No DLCs. So we have a preset maps that they're going to do. So if you see up on the top right, they're running Rainbow Road, the N64 version, right? What do you guys think of the N64 version?
It's kind of sweaty.
any Rainbow Road is sweaty. It's a Rainbow Road.
Yeah, absolutely. So the other thing that as we start racing that you're going to see, all items are on, but you can actually team kill, right? So I mean that's the one I guess downfall to some of this stuff is you're going to see a little bit of maybe communication from our players. They got to be able to talk and make sure they're not knocking people off the road, right?
Yeah. We used to do that a lot at the start of the season.
Yeah, so communication is a huge thing. Already on this first map, Winnebago out to the lead, sitting in first place, where Conestoga now has taken over second place. Looks like
they're using their skill as best they can.
Conestoga in third. Winnebago out to a big lead early in this. So 3 maps, 3 races.
Ace got crushed and then Siren.
So first race, Winnebago first, fourth, eighth, and sixth, where Conestoga sitting second, fourth, 5, 7. So right now, maybe Winnebago with a slight advantage, but now pulling in eighth place, dropping a little bit further back. Ooh, Conestoga taking it over again. That's really close up front. Winnebago and Conestoga, the first and second, just back and forth. 1, 5, 6, 7 for Winnebago. So as we update the scores here, again, a close match. It looks like Conestoga just slightly ahead with a 20-19 advantage. So Thromp Ruins, what do you guys think of Thromp Ruins?
Fun. Some of the turns are pretty tight, and if you don't drift right, then you're gonna fall off.
The thwomps are annoying.
Yeah, I know this was one of the matches that my players throughout the season, they ran every day, they practiced. This was one of our probably top 2 choices that we did, so I saw this, quite regularly, but again, I think a very common map that you see throughout our season. So every map having shortcuts and, teams knowing how to use those, how to item boost. What would you think? What's the one item that players are looking for here?
Probably
Mushrooms.
Mushroom?
red shell.
Mushrooms and anything that they could trail behind for protection.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, Winnebago, second 5, 6, 7. And then again, over on our other side, Conestoga sitting in that first, second, third, 7. So Conestoga really coming out right now, having a good outing. I saw 1, 2, 3, 6 from Conestoga.
A couple people falling off. Still made it.
Yeah, we're having a little audio issues. I don't know if we have your audio all the way working. There we go. We'll try that. Try talking here, see if I hear you now.
Hello.
Hear me. Hear me.
Hello. You can't hear me?
I can't hear him, but all right, we'll just keep going. Conestoga, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, and Winnebago on the back end of that. So Conestoga here on the third lap, having a slight advantage. This is gonna be a big.
He's
win
gliding
for
to
them.
fifth.
Big win for Conestoga here. So 1, 3, 4, and 7. So good job from Conestoga. 1, 3, 4, and 7. So as we update that, again, a 43-35 advantage for Conestoga. Again, a big map for them. They must have got a little practice in maybe with that one, maybe a favorite map pick. So great race for them. Our next map, we see Mute City, another fan favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Lots of speed boosts.
Yeah, lots of speed boosts, and I would say this is one of those that you definitely have to coin advantage, right? So this first, it's kind of strategy here. It's interesting to see what some of these players are going to do. Do you, right here on this first corner, do you get the coins or do you use the boost pack?
I go for coins.
Yep, and I think that's what, I think all of them did.
Yeah. Coins get you better mini turbo, so.
Yep, there you do have that slight advantage if you do have that. So 10 coins always giving you that advantage, and right now we're seeing almost everyone with 10 coins. Looks like Winnebago here with a coin advantage. See a couple people falling off. Winnebago 1246, Conestoga 2478. So again, maybe a Winnebago map here, so an advantage for what Conestoga had in Thwomp Ruins, Winnebago has in Mute City. Try that.
Just working out.
I hear nobody now.
Your mic's working, yours is not.
Yeah, mine's not working.
So right now we have Winnebago with a 1-3-4-5. So huge lead for Winnebago, big points. Conestoga with a 2-5 and then 7-8. 2-5-7-8. So again, sometimes pulling up from the rear, you're going to get a couple better items. But again, not as many shortcuts here as you would see in some other maps. Maybe a couple. Ooh, we got a red shell, or excuse me, a blue shell.
Yo, people are running through with triple red shells and hitting everybody.
Yeah, so here we are getting to the end of the race here. We see a 2-3, tight finish here. So 2-3-6-8 for Winnebago. 2-3-6-8. So 2-3-6-8 for Winnebago. And that would be a 1, 4, 5, and 7 for Conestoga. So again, Conestoga just narrowly outplaying them there. So a 21-18 on that one. So Conestoga with a little bit of a lead has a lead of 64-53. So again, any team's race here still in this first cup. Again, we run a best 2 of 3 cups. So Conestoga with a slight advantage. The score to win is basically 78 points, or a 78 will tie. So Conestoga definitely sitting in the leader, I guess the driver's seat right now. Racing term for you. So here we go in the final race. Good start for everyone. See a lot of Yoshis out there.
Yeah, Yoshi with Teddy Buggy has good mini turbo.
All right, so looking at Winnebago, I see a second. Oh, they just took over first. So first, second, 3-5. Oh, huge race so far for Winnebago. On the other side of Conestoga, 4, 5, 6, and 7, or 7-8 now. So again, big race right now for Winnebago. This would be huge in the points. Again, if you could finish 1, 2, 3.
You got top 4, you're good.
Yeah, top four would be awesome. Because at the bottom you're going to get 10. So Winnebago really needs probably a top 4.
Yeah.
So as we're rolling here, so Winnebago is still 1, 2, 3, 4. So they got top 4 spots right now. And again, I'm seeing number 4. Look at number 4. His 4th place in there with a double red. So he actually slowed down there, had somebody pass him. Oh, this is huge. So
I think he hit his team.
No, that was actually somebody else passed. He let somebody pass him just to get it, and then hit another guy. So then had that other one.
Oh, I see.
A lot of points coming in clutch for him a little bit. The 2 of Conestoga.
So here we come, coming into the final. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 7 for Winnebago. So let's get this updated. That might have finished it. What a close one. Winnebago is going to come out on top of that cup, 79 to 77. Huge comeback with a 1, 2, 3, then 7. So great job to Winnebago there, coming in clutch, finding a way to come back. So we'll take a look at both teams here, starting to strategize a little bit on what the next ones look like. We'll get the maps updated here. So our next cup. All right, there's our cups. And we got a 77-79. So we're getting some stats updated for our players here just so they have that information. All right, here we go, starting our first race. We'll switch it back over to our players' shots here. So again, big race there for Winnebago coming out. What's our first map here? Sherbert Land?
Yeah.
Not really a common map, is this one?
No.
It's not.
It's a lot of wire, and you have to have the right combo for the wire.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if we actually played this one at all this whole season. So again, not a very common one. Is there shortcuts in this one? Again, I don't know.
There are a few.
Few shortcuts.
Yeah, it's just they balance out because of the wires sometimes.
Okay. So currently we got Winnebago 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm seeing first place here from our first place from Conestoga. So a little bit back and forth. Conestoga, just a slight advantage, sitting in first, second, fifth, and seventh. Seventh place getting hit there by a red shell. So a fight towards the back of the pack.
Ooh.
Conestoga sitting first and second. First, second, fourth, actually. So, again, a little bit of a fight there.
Oh, he blue showed his own team.
Oh. And that was an oopsie, but really, I mean, that's a hard one because I think when he released it, I think
He just got the bullet bill right after he released it.
Yeah. Well, they had second place as well, so
Okay.
they're still holding first.
So, as we come into the third and final lap, seeing 1, 2, 3 from Conestoga. So 1, 2, 3, 7. So almost the swap of what we saw at the end of that last one. So see how this finishes out. So map 1 here. So as we finish this last one here, ooh. Oh, we're gonna see a 1, 2, 3, 4 from Conestoga.
Eighth goes to third that quickly.
1, 2, 3, 4. Huge race from Conestoga. So that'll be a 29 to 10 round. Wow. That was tough. And again, that's what sucks almost about sometimes Mario Kart is one item can change the placements. All of a sudden you're sitting in first, and because of how close all these players are, all of a sudden one item drops you all the way back. So again, good job to Conestoga on that. And we'll see what Wild Woods brings for us this next match. All right, getting started here. So again, Wildwood's not necessarily a very common one, and maybe this whole cup not very common. Looking ahead, Big Blue is, I think, more of a common one. So we might see a little bit more competitive on that one. But somebody falling off there from Winnebago.
Big Blue's one of my favorites.
Oh man, so you're going to take the lead on that one and tell us all about what's happening.
Yeah. Our team is also pretty good at Big Blue.
Okay.
They know the shortcuts.
Which that's good. I mean, you guys are Conestoga guys up here, so you guys kind of know where we're at and what things are happening. So we will update Cup 2. That was a fix there. So here we go now. So again, this one, Conestoga must have done some grinding on some of these maps. Again, Conestoga sitting 1, 2, 3, 4 right now. I know we can't see all of them, but Conestoga out in the lead. Yeah, really. We're seeing 1, 2, 3. Oh, it just like that. We talked about that at the end of the one. Dropped all the way down to 7th, 8th place for Conestoga. So last little part of this track, and this is a track that doesn't repeat. It just is a straight down map. Is that right? Or
no.
Does it repeat?
It does repeat.
That's kind of the cool thing with Smash Ultimate is it looks like you're constantly going down, and then all of a sudden you fly up, and just kind of the things you don't normally see. So
yeah, it's like an infinite loop.
So last little corners here. We'll see what's happening. So we're seeing 2, 3, 4, 7. So Winnebago bringing on a good finish here. We'll see how the teams finish. We see a 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5, 7 from Winnebago. 2, 3, 5, 7. So what was a 1, 2, 3, 4 has turned into a little bit more of a change. So Winnebago there with a slight advantage, 20-19. But, with that first round, Conestoga has a huge lead just because of our Sherbert Land map. So, again, Winnebago's going to have to come from behind here and see what they can do. So there we are. We're looking at Conestoga there. There we are. Looking at Conestoga as they're kind of looking, and their subs there helping them see what's happening. And then on the other side, Winnebago grinding in. Coach of Winnebago sitting behind him, give him some pointers on what's about to happen. He knows the maps. He knows how to play these. So here we go. So Winnebago 1, 2, 5, 8. Conestoga 2, 3, 6, 7. So right now really spread out.
They choose to not go through the pit.
Yeah, and that's one of those right there where is that a mushroom shortcut that you got to do?
It can be,
Okay.
but it's probably too long for a mushroom.
Okay. All right, rolling around this first as we're hitting the second lap. Again, lots of items. We see a triple mushroom there from Winnebago in 5th place using that. Just saw Winnebago throw a red shell, which helped them come up. Sitting red shell in Conestoga. We do see a fireball coming from 4th place from Conestoga. So try to decide when they're going to use that one, because again, the teammates up in 2nd, 3rd. It's really close right here.
He decides to cut in front, and
Yep, and then used it behind. So
it's smarter on turns.
yes, agreed. So Conestoga 1, 2, 3, 8.
Interesting how he used that bomb to dodge a red shell. And still hit the other person.
Yeah, great bomb usage there.
He has to have perfect timing or he could bomb himself.
So as we're going around, again, this last lap, Winnebago falling a little bit behind here, 4, 5, 7, 8. Conestoga 1, 2, 3, 7. So great lead by Conestoga. Again, a big lead like this should secure the cup for them. So here we are as we're finishing out. For Winnebago 2, 4, 7, 8. Winnebago 2, 4, 7, 8. 2, 4, 7, 8. And that actually, point-wise, that has secured the win for Conestoga. 10 points if you get last place, so we will be going to a third cup. So last round here, last map, Big Blue. My commentators up here tell me Conestoga knows this map.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll see what happens here in this last race, but ultimately we'll be doing a third cup right after this one. So here we are on the start of this one.
I think I know the shortcut they're gonna take.
Okay, shortcut on this one. And this is a lot of just like jumping off the map, right? Because I mean, there's places where you can jump off the map and land a little bit further down, but again, it's that timing that you have to make sure that you're in those right spots. So again, Winnebago coming out looking like they might know it too.
The air also slows you down because the gravity seems to be lower on these maps.
Okay.
Well, you're perpetually in that hovering state, so you fall slow.
Yeah.
So right there, we just saw it on the Winnebago jumping part of the map. And it looked like Conestoga tried making the jump also, fell off, which again is kind of that downfall for what you see there.
Miss the timing.
It's all about timing. You are absolutely correct. So again, Winnebago coming out, 1, 2, looks like 5, 6. I see a blue shell out, so Winnebago will get hit here. He didn't have anything to defend it, so Winnebago's still 1, 2, 3, 7.
It's rare to have a blue shell defense.
Right. Yeah, and I've seen it a couple times where you can boost, you can horn.
I saw somewhere like you intentionally hit yourself with an item.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like at Ice Outpost, you got those bridges that go over the top. You can throw like a banana into the bridge, hit the banana, and you got some invincibility.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 7 from Winnebago there. So great match for Winnebago. So that will secure the win for Conestoga. So 84-72 is our final on this third cup. Second cup, excuse me. Good catch. So 84-72. Conestoga takes cup 2 as we move on to a third cup as we update some things here. So again, a couple of common cups. Maybe some ones you don't see very often. Again, these are all randomly drawn. So that way no teams get an advantage. And then these cups are actually not given to the teams until they get here. So they weren't able to prepare really for this. And it's just kind of they show up and you got to be well-rounded. And again, at the state tournament, we kind of hope that teams they know what's happening. So we'll see now. Yoshi's Circuit, common one? What do you think?
It's fairly common. There's a shortcut on this.
Okay, so yep, shortcut, and I think is this got to use a mushroom to get through that shortcut.
To get through the waterfall, yes.
The waterfall, you actually go really deep.
You can use a mini boost if you have it timed perfect. But again, most of the time I think we do see that through the mushroom, and it's a huge advantage if you do have that.
If you play 200cc, it's easier to take shortcuts because you have like high speed already.
And that's why at the NSCSA we only do 150.
Yeah. 200 is difficult on Yoshi Valley though. It's a lot of turns and you just keep going on your turns.
Yeah, absolutely. So here we are as we are racing here. Conestoga 1-4-7-8 and Winnebago 2-3-4-6. So a little bit here, back and forth. Switch over to Winnebago's second and third place racers here. Again with the red shell in that fireball. Trying to see what's happening. All right. Yeah, we're kind of on the front. Again, lots of mushrooms in this one. Again, you do see a correlation sometimes with coins and your placement. Again, we see that with Conestoga, their first place racer at 10 coins, and the racer in the back with 0. Again, it's sometimes getting hit and everything else, but
Yeah, first place lost like 8 coins and went to the back now.
and we are in Cup 3. I will get that updated. So now we should be seeing Cup 3. Again, we're in the first race, Yoshi Circuit of Cup 3, as we finish this out on the last couple turns. So Winnebago 2-3. Oh, gonna get past there. 2-3-6-7. 2-3-6-7 for Winnebago. So it's going to be a 20-19. So Conestoga with a slight advantage in that one. So 20-19 to Conestoga. So again, all the racers are really spread out there. But again, that first place is giving you 10 points. So definitely a huge placement there for Conestoga.
By the looks of it, we're seeing the same point scale so far as the first cup.
Yeah, absolutely. So right back and forth. So Hyrule Circuit is our next map. So here we are in Cup 3, second race of the day, or excuse me, of this cup.
I'm not sure if they're going to take the massive shortcut that's difficult to use.
Okay, so a couple big ones, but again, depending on, again, I think this is a common map that we've seen. So a Zelda map, so your coins are now going to be the rubies instead of the coins. So
Yeah,
look,
the name of them are rupees.
what's that?
Rupees.
Okay.
It's a bit awkward, but
I think it can be pronounced both, but I don't know.
it's actually spelled R-U-P.
All right, so some Zelda terminology.
Yeah.
Again, that boost being activated by coming around and hitting those different boost packs.
Oh, and Green Yoshi has taken the shortcut.
He did, okay. So Green Yoshi took the shortcut that you didn't know if anyone would. Conestoga 1-2, 1-2, and 4-5, where Winnebago is sitting 3-6-7-8. So Conestoga with the advantage here. Here's when you start lap 2. So right now seeing Conestoga's first and third. What did you got?
I don't think they can shortcut anymore.
Okay. All right, we're still seeing first and second from Conestoga. Again, big lead. We got a bullet bill coming from behind for Winnebago as they're sitting 7th and 8th. That triple mushroom, he's used 2 of them so far.
Conestoga just 7th and 5th.
Yeah. So Conestoga dropped some places. Winnebago picking up 2-3 as we're going into our third lap here.
Winnebago took the slow shortcut.
Okay.
Conestoga holding that first place.
Yeah, Conestoga dropping and getting that first. So 2-3, 2-3, 4-8. 2-3, 4-8 for Conestoga. No, excuse me, for Winnebago. So now that one, Winnebago pulling the slight advantage, 20-19. We're tied, 39-39. So as we come back, we got our third map, Animal Crossing.
This is one of your special ones. It's got the different styles. I think it's one of the only maps that changes.
It does change as you go down. It's showing those 4 seasons.
So actually the whole race, the season changes, but it's all the same season race.
Okay.
So one race you could have fall, another you could have winter, stuff like that.
So it looks like we're seeing some fall action here.
Yeah.
So the map changes, or the map stays the same, the scenery changes. There we go. Again, not a very common one for me, so Animal Crossing, here we are. So Bago out to an early lead, 1-2-4-5. Conestoga 3-5-7-8. We'll jump back over to see our second place racer here. There we go.
I think it's sometimes harder to see depending on the season. I think like fall and winter are hardest to see in, and then spring and summer are easy to see.
So take a look at Winnebago's first place racer here as we get into the second lap of this 3-lap race. So in Conestoga, third and fourth, 3-4, 6-8. Their third and fourth place racers just back and forth, throwing that bomb ahead, trying to, and then ended up, I think, own bombing them almost because of the way it all worked out. Oh, great red shell from Conestoga. So Conestoga 1-2-5-8, 1-2-3-5. So huge placement there. And then again, they're Winnebago's second place racer getting shelled and dropping from first to sixth instantly. Again, that item all of a sudden can change a race.
Yeah, that's why protection is like the best thing in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So instead of throwing your items, sometimes holding on to them to protect yourself from those red shells. So finishing up here, this. So 2-5. Winnebago 2-5-7-8. So Winnebago finishing 2-5-7-8. So close race back and forth. Conestoga taking a little bit of advantage there, 24-15. So last cup here, 63-54. Both teams needing to kind of figure out what's going on. Again, this is going to decide who moves on to your championship and who goes and plays for third and fourth. So big match, big map for both teams as we see what Water Park looks like. So Winnebago needing a huge race here to pull back from that 24-15 that they lost that last one. So here we go. See a little bit further back view here from Winnebago.
Black Yoshi had a good boost.
A good boost there. Again, you saw that all of a sudden going from 8th clear up to 4th at one point, but all racers getting really stacked up here at the beginning. Not a lot of shells being out at the beginning. A lot of mushrooms, coins. You're seeing some coins.
I think it's too close for the game to give them any red shells.
You're right. I think
because items are distance based, the distance from first place.
So when you're all stacked, they're not going to give those items.
Yeah, but usually the chaos happens because everybody closes in after they got the red shells. And stuff.
There we go. We do see, I think, our first red shell here from Winnebago holding it in, and then we got one that we had in Conestoga. Fireball coming from Conestoga. Seeing an air horn here from Winnebago. Trying to get close enough to these players, but also trying not to hit his own player. First and second back from Winnebago. So 1-2-6-8 for Winnebago, and 3, 4, 5, 6 from Conestoga. So again, really close right now. This is going to come down to the wire here on who wins this race. So Winnebago around that curve there, taking 1, 2, 6, 7.
I think they just need a blue shell to take him out, because he won't get anything.
Yeah, and blue shells, we have only seen 1 or 2 blue shells. So Winnebago crossing the finish line. 1, 2, 1, 2, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 7, 8 is what we're going to see. This is going to be super close. So Winnebago, 1, 2, 7, 8. I think Conestoga is going to take a slight advantage, 81-75.
Only 6 points.
So Conestoga looks like will advance on it. Welcome back, everyone, to our match 2 of the day between Syracuse and Winnebago 2. So both of these teams ready to roll. We just saw our match today between Winnebago and Conestoga going 2-1. See if we can get this to rotate down for us. And of course things aren't wanting to work, so we will go to our shot of our players and see what's happening. So, yep, we're good to go. Go ahead and get started. So over on our left side, we're going to see Syracuse, and over on the right side, we got Winnebago 2. So both teams ready to roll as we move on to our second semifinal match of the day. So we're going to see Rainbow Road 64 coming out right away from the beginning. Looking at the roster here, we got for Winnebago, Kenny, Aiden, Jerry, and Leo. All sophomores except for Leo, an 8th grader. And again for Syracuse, Cooper, Caleb, Ethan, Brian. Sophomores, Cooper's a senior, and the rest sophomores. So a lot of sophomores playing in this match. And then we got some subs for both teams. But here, as we jump into this first Rainbow Road match, see how this goes. So Syracuse on our left, Winnebago 2 on the right. So Winnebago 2, both Winnebago teams qualifying. So during the season, both teams, Winnebago 1, Winnebago 2 went through, and both have qualified for state tournament. So just saw a close match with Winnebago 1 against Conestoga, and here we are. So looks like Winnebago 1, or excuse me, Winnebago in second place, first and second, 4th and 8th, where Conestoga is sitting, or not Conestoga, Syracuse, 2, 3, 4. Syracuse 1, 2, 3, 4. So coming out on a big lead. Winnebago dropping just a little bit further behind, but we're going to start seeing some bigger items probably from our Winnebago team. Again, the further back you are, the better items you get. So Conestoga is still sitting 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, this being a race that really could decide how the whole cup goes. Again, different racers taking different lines. How we're running to race around. So as we finish here, we're going to see a 1, 2, 3, 4 from Syracuse. So a big start, big start for them. And we'll get our race results here. So Syracuse 1, 2, 3, 4. So as Winnebago's going to have to regroup here and see what they can do coming into the second race. So again, Mario Kart, a game of points and seeing how things go. So we're going to see Thwomp Ruins as we start this second race. Again, Thwomp Ruins more of a common map, but again, shortcuts and everything else that would be there. Not so much as many places to fall off a map, but again, items are going to be key. So already we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll update. This is only Cup 1. So Coach Simmons is coming up and correcting me. I think he's picking up a headset and going to help commentate also. So we're seeing 1, 2, 5, 7. 1, 2, 5, 7 for Syracuse. And on the other side, 5, 6, 7, 8 for Winnebago.
Nice. Why are there so many Yoshis?
You know,
He must be meta.
He is. I think our team used that, and I think it was Peach most of the season. Again, just a...
Inkling isn't one that you see a lot of.
No, and Syracuse knowing how to use the Inkling up in first place. And again, could be a Kart combo that really...
must be really working in first place, so it doesn't...
Yeah.
Whatever works.
You know, in Conestoga, or Syracuse. I'm going to keep saying it because that's where it was last one. But Syracuse doing a great job that first race, taking out a big lead over Winnebago 2.
Yeah, that's a big point spread.
But Winnebago trying to do something again. 2, 3, 7, 8 right now in this third race. See a blue shell out. So that's going to be huge for Winnebago, especially on this last little bit. But
Get there.
No, we still got one more lap. Third lap, yes.
It's got a decent lead, though.
Yeah, still
even with that blue shell.
So, yeah, you
Bullet
just...
Bill coming through. I didn't even see we got a gold Mario racing, too.
So that must be something they turn off the map on their one switch. They're not running with a map right there in the middle, so can't really see. But Inkling way out in the middle.
Oh.
So Inkling taking that shortcut.
Got 8th place holding on to a blue shell.
Well, they should
see what they're going to use that for.
Probably throw that now as first place is coming around, and it could be.
It's coming to hit somebody.
Yep, and it was great timed, so that's going to drop first place all the way back. So we got 3, 4, 5, 7. 3, 4, 5, 7. So 3, 4, 5, and 7. And 1, 2, 6, and 8.
Syracuse with a big lead there.
Syracuse, huge lead. So 51-27. Again, yeah, big lead.
Heading into Mute City.
Mute City, one that my team saw a lot of this year.
I like that. That's one of my favorite maps.
I had a player that he went home and played that one almost an hour every night. So, shout out to Elliot if you are watching. This one's for you. So, see, Syracuse on the left, first place. And, ooh, he's bagging here, so he dropped. Okay, so sometimes you see that from teams. You drop further behind, you get some good items, and then you're able to
speed forward.
So we'll see how this works for him. So we'll watch how Inkling goes this game. So again, another one on this. Pads on the side are your coins. So we'll switch over to Winnebago's first place. Again, taking that boost and slowed down on that jump, so not really sure what happened there. But looking at Inkling already back up to fourth, so Yoshi and Inkling doing well. Again, that Inkling back in second, so that Inkling knows how to drive.
Yeah, came all the way back from, what was it, 8th place?
Dropped all the way to 8th, and here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 5 for Syracuse.
It's like Gray Yoshi struggling a little bit in the back there.
Yeah, seen the black Yoshi, the gray Yoshi, whatever color we got. Kind of back and forth, but Getting some fireballs coming from Golden Mario. Looks like we got a star out.
Oh, somebody missed their.
Somebody
missed the shortcut. Yep.
Yep. And Inkling dropping to 6, so seeing probably what they can do here. Blue Yoshi
out in first.
Yeah.
Pretty sizable lead in the race.
Huge lead, so it's all going to come down to kind of this next little bit here. So second and third back and forth, second, third, fourth back and forth. Kind of seeing what we're going to.
Got a red shell back in 6th. Gold Mario just used his star power.
See a couple of our red shells coming out. So as we finish this.
Blue Yoshi with a sizable lead.
1, 2, 3, 6 for Syracuse. 1, 2, 3, 6 for Syracuse.
And that's just going to bump up their points even further.
I think.
But it's only one cup. Who knows what will happen the next two?
Nope, that has secured the win for them. So all you need in for a tie is 78 points.
Gotcha.
And 79 gets you the win, and if you get 5, 6, 7, 8, you get 10 points. So ultimately, at this point,
Syracuse is taking that first cup.
Syracuse has taken the first cup, but ultimately we still race on, and we got Royal Raceway.
Sometimes the Mii's kind of frighten me. Some of them are pretty creative.
I think we saw Peter Griffin not last week, well, our last week's match. So, yeah, some creativity with some of their Mii's.
Royal Raceway.
Royal Raceway, sometimes a fan favorite.
Inkling dropping back already. And that strategy worked the last map, so. Going to drive backwards for a while. All right.
Yeah, interesting.
Picked up a star, just going to kind of hold on to it probably for a little bit.
You know, and that's where, again, strategy all comes into some of this. And
if you're confident with the map, I mean, it's only going to help.
So, Conestoga in 1, 2, 4, 8. You know, and sometimes you maybe pull in 8th place, you drop all the way back there, and guess what? You have that lead, but you know that you're the only one that's going to get that blue shell. So you're I guess stopping.
You just want to get it just to.
Yep.
Yeah, you're stopping. Yeah, it's a good strategy. Nobody else is going to likely grab that blue shell.
Trying to. All right, do a little.
So we got Gray Yoshi over in 6. Was in 6, got passed by Bullet Bill. We got Luigi with a red shell.
My soundboard is doing some weird things. For whatever reason. Huh. Well, that is what it is. And we move on.
Gray Yoshi back in 8th place. Luigi in 7th. Who's that red guy? I can't think of his name.
Shy Guy?
Shy Guy, yeah. That's not one I see race typically. But whatever.
No, absolutely.
I just pick a fun character and race, but that's probably why I'm not very good at this game.
So here we are coming around the last little bit here. 4, 5,
Yoshi and
6,
Inkling and 1 and 2 again.
For Winnebago. 4, 5, 6, and 8 for Winnebago. So that will secure the first cup.
Syracuse taking that first cup, 104.52.
Yeah, a big advantage there. So maybe some of their map picks or maybe some of their fan favorites or favorite maps. So
we got Walter White, nice.
So
an Iron Man.
go ahead and try to get the second cup here maps updated on our stream, so that way we see what we got. So it looks like Sherbert Land will be our first map. And they look like they're rolling right into the next one here, so we'll clear our scores as we get reset. So Syracuse taking Cup 1.
Sherbert Land.
104.52.
And we'll see what happens with this next race.
Yeah, absolutely. Again,
You never know.
The nice thing about, again, when we were choosing maps, it was just kind of a random thing. So we got some favorites in there, maybe some not so common ones that were ran. Yeah, we'll see what happens with this one. So a quick shout out to all of our sponsors that were here and maybe not here yet, but will be arriving. Can't do this without them. And again, their logos are popping up on the screen all day, so if you need any information, those are some great colleges.
Got Inkland dropping back in the 8th already.
Yeah,
but it's great. I mean, it's been working.
Yes.
I mean, you just secure those good items early on.
Yeah, we'll switch over and go to their first place. The Shy Guy sitting in first.
Not too big of a lead.
Yeah, really, I think probably point-wise, I think Winnebago is probably in an advantage here in points. Again, sitting 2-3, 6-7. Maybe now dropping that 6 down a little bit. Maybe not. But, again, this is a close one. So 1-3-5-8 for Syracuse. Looking at the coins, some of the players in the back of the race, maybe not quite as many coins, which is going to be a disadvantage to them. Again, the more coins you have, the faster you go.
Oh, right into the fence. And then getting hit with a shell.
Yeah, we'll switch back over as Shy Guy gets hit. But again, a big
Still in
lead by
first.
Shy Guy. Black Yoshi trying to catch, and we can start to see him on his radar. That red shell really helped. So then 2, 3, 4, 7 from Winnebago. So that 7th place one needs to pull a couple more points, and that'll be huge for Winnebago here as they try to fight back in the second cup.
Shy Guy really starting to pull into a big lead, but here comes a red shell,
but he's got
item
those
saved
items.
him.
Yeah, that's I guess one advantage for him right now. He hasn't gotten just the coins, which sometimes you see.
Another red shell coming
Red,
in.
I saw
there it goes.
blue, so we're gonna see Winnebago 2-3-5. 2-3-5-8. So all right. So 2-3-5-8. Oh, close one. Syracuse is just going to take a narrow advantage on this one, 20-19. So close match
race
for both. We'll switch over and see what maybe see what these players are looking like as they're talking, strategizing, and see both coaches standing behind them. Again, this is, as much as it's an individual race, it's definitely a team sport. They got to communicate on shells. They got to communicate on items. So,
and you don't want to be the guy that blue shells your teammate.
No, absolutely not. Or red shell.
Yeah.
The blue shell's easy. Who's in first place? We got that.
Wild Woods is our map this time.
So, Inkling back in the...
Going to go backwards through the map.
And here we go.
Going to snag another item. That's actually... I've never thought about doing that before.
Grab
an item, back up, grab another item.
And really...
And then 8th place.
And because you are so far back, it gives you those good items. Because, again, it's all about...
As long as you can race your way back into one of those top spots.
Yep. And that's one of those things where not a lot of teams do it. I know our team has practiced it a little bit, and we're trying to get better at it, but I don't think we do quite as much as they do. So Winnebago 1-4-5-6, and we're seeing 2-3-7-8 from Conestoga. So as we go through this second lap,
We got Luigi up in first.
Syracuse with a slight advantage.
Shy Guy right behind. Not anymore. Drop back to fifth. But now into fourth. Luigi still up in first. Holding on to that red shell just in case.
Yeah, then we got a black Yoshi. So Winnebago 2-3-4-5. So great second lap from Winnebago. As we'll start seeing our Inkling on a slight run here. So we'll see what happens. As we're coming around this third and final lap, finish line around the corner as we take the water slide down. So Conestoga 1-3-6-7.
Syracuse.
Or Syracuse. I'll get it. I apologize to the Syracuse.
Luigi taking a first place. Inkling coming in second.
So 2-4-5-8.
Inkling's just a great racer. Really knows these maps well.
So slight advantage again, 21-18 is what we're going to see for a map score on this one. Syracuse, again, not much. This is back and forth.
Yeah.
You know,
So close this time.
it was. And you know, the first cup was a huge blowout by Syracuse. Again,
Yeah.
104-52, but it came down truly to the one race where, you know, we saw 1-2-3-4, which was huge when in a race like this.
Yeah. 41-37 going into our third map, dry desert.
And we're just going to put it on Inkling because we're going to see what Inkling wants to do this race.
Inkling's going to drop back to eighth, grab a couple items, be on her way. And nope, maybe not this time.
Oh.
Want to ensure they get those points, and you don't want to run into those.
And, you know,
Oh, just getting hit with items.
now doesn't have a choice.
Yeah.
So Winnebago 1-2-3-4. So huge lead right now for Winnebago as far as placement. Again, still in this first lap.
Hey, Gold Mario up in first for a little bit. Let's see if he can hold on.
Looked like Winnebago, that blue Yoshi, took the corner just a little bit wide, trying to get a Syracuse player to go by him. And red shell again, strategy of the game. See a bunch of green shells out right now.
Gold Mario just with a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, 1-2-3-7 from Winnebago. So huge right now for them. But again, looking at those maps, everyone's kind of really clumped together.
Yeah.
So this
this
is
tight
going to
map.
come down to just who's going to get the items, who's going to.
Just, yeah, lots of shells coming out this map.
Yeah, now as the players are getting a little bit more spread out, we're going to see some red shells and maybe some more powerful items. We just see a star over on the side of Syracuse. So 2-3-4-5 for Syracuse. Bago 1-5-7-8.
Shy Guy in second, throwing out the red shell.
Switch back
Coming
over.
around Gold Mario.
Oh, just like,
But
just
got
like
stuck in the sand.
Gold Mario was in first right before that. So right as I was switching from first to sixth, again, when you're all clumped up so close together, it is. It's so the items is such an advantage. Just when you get them, how you get them. So
Inkling up in first.
yeah,
Fought her way back.
1-2-3-5 from Syracuse. So big last lap here. We'll see how this last corner.
That Gold Mario had first place for so long and it's dropped back into second.
Oh, and then just got 4 mushrooms.
Yeah.
So this will be.
Inkling with the first.
Oh man!
And get hammered with shells at the end.
1-2-3-4 from Syracuse. So that was a huge.
That's going to be a lot of points up on the board there.
Yeah, 1-2-3-4. That's going to be a 29-10 round. So
Going to Big Blue.
So Big Blue.
Big Blue.
Another race that I saw quite often this year.
So what does Syracuse need to get for points here to secure their cup win?
8.
8 points.
9. You get 10 points for 5,
6, 7, and 8.
So here we are, race 4, Cup 2. Inkling ended up getting first that one, so decided to burn out here, and let's go back to the bagging strategy. But Big Blue, here we go. So lots of red shells coming out already from Gold Mario. So we've got Black Yoshi in first. So it looks like 1, 2, 5, 7, 8 from Syracuse.
Oh, that's going to hurt Inkling right there.
Oh.
Flying over and got hit.
Yeah, and this is
nice jump there.
Yep. That's a cool thing about Big Blue. It's all based on that. So we saw Inkling hit that perfectly.
Still stuck in the 5th and 6th place there, though.
Yeah, I see the brakes coming on every now and then. Yep. So
Blue Yoshi out in first. So last part of the map coming through.
Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5 for Syracuse, and a 4, 6, 7, 8 from Bago right now. So third lap as we come around about halfway through this final lap.
Finish line coming up there for Blue Yoshi. We'll see if Yoshi can hang on to it here. Blue Yoshi with first.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Inkling with the second.
1, 2, 3, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 6 will secure the win for Syracuse. So 1, 2, 3, 6. So we're going to see
Syracuse and Conestoga.
Yeah, so
in our championship match.
So we're going to see a final score here of 97-59. Syracuse going on and winning this final cup,
which is going to pit Winnebago 1 and Winnebago 2 against each other for third place.
Yeah, and we'll see that match coming up. So, Syracuse coming out and really pretty much dominating that match. That was cool to see. Again, a different strategy than we've seen in the past. But again, racers knowing those maps. So, huge race from Syracuse.
Just good map sense on Syracuse's part.
Welcome back, race fans, as we enter into our third place match between Winnebago 1 and Winnebago 2. Winnebago had a short audio break, so fixing some things on our stream, but it looks like we got everything up and running. So Winnebago over on our left, Winnebago 2 on the right. So both Winnebago teams, this is the third place match as we start Cup 1. So if we go ahead and let's take a look at the bracket and kind of see what that looks like. So we saw a 2-1 win by Conestoga in our first match of the day. And then the second match of the day, Syracuse 2-0 over Winnebago 2. So we saw both of those teams losing their first round, but now battling for third. And, kind of the cool thing about it is, hey, they played each other, right?
Yeah, and they're the same school, so there might be a little bit of bragging rights at play too.
Yeah, and I think that's the key thing. So bragging rights for the winner. So as we're getting into our matches here, we will getting ready to roll. So things look like they're updated, and we're going. So looks like they're making an in-house announcement for what we have. So. Yep, so just making that announcement. So as we get set, we're excited. Different maps, we're going to see some of those different races than we saw in our first match. So, I did not update that map list correctly, so let's get that done. So we do have our third place championship is different than our semifinals. So I think we're seeing Mount Wario right away in this championship match.
Yeah, Mount Wario is one of those where you don't really have the laps. You just keep going down the hill.
Yeah. So Mount Wario. And a misselection from number 2. So that's all right. We'll get that figured out. Coach will come in and tell him what to do and everything else. So ultimately, no harm, no foul.
Good thing it didn't get picked. That would have been...
We may have just restarted since we hadn't really done much.
It's true.
Let's get this going. So again, we're off and running in our first race of this third place match between Winnebago 1 and Winnebago 2. So Winnebago 1 on the left side of the screen, Winnebago 2 on the right side of the screen. So Winnebago 1 sitting in 6-7-2-3, where looks like Winnebago 2 is 3-4-7-8. So as I'm announcing, I'm seeing all 8 of the screens, but you're only seeing 4 of them. So already items popping up. We're seeing some mushrooms. We're seeing some green shells from Winnebago 1. So looks like we got a first place by Winnebago 1 right now, or up in first. So again, Mount Wario is our first race. And again, really, it's kind of a back and forth. This is kind of, we're getting into the tricky parts. Once you start getting into this trees, as we're seeing now from our leaders, that's where I know like a lot of our racers will get in trouble. If you don't know right where to zig and zag, it makes it tough. So good red shell from Winnebago 2.
Yeah, it is looking like they're pretty even at the moment.
Yeah, really, it's pretty. And actually, Winnebago 2 maybe with a slight advantage. So 1-3-5-7, but again, a 2-4-7-8. So as we finish it up in the home stretch here, this last lap, we're going to see what happens. Again, Winnebago 2's look like they pulled ahead just a little bit. And it's going to be a fight for that middle positions. Again, 7-8 if they can pull back from Winnebago 1. So I'm seeing
There's a lot of items coming out.
Yeah.
Just for that last places.
1-3-4-6 for Winnebago 2. 1-3-4-6 for Winnebago 2. So Winnebago 2 getting the slight advantage there. Again, that 7th and 8th not helping. So Winnebago 2, 24-15 as we end that first map. So looking at their sheet here, coach sitting behind them, making sure they know what they're doing, which map they're doing this time. As we see Cloud Top Cruise. What are your thoughts on Cloud Top Cruise here?
It's an interesting map. It's like just a ship in the clouds. You don't see that every day.
Right? You go outside and see some ships in the clouds. So Cup 1 here. Map 2, Cloud Top Cruise. Winnebago 2 taking that first one, 24-15. All right, here we go as we start this second race. Again, a lot of Yoshis as we're seeing the start. I think Yoshi's kind of been definitely the meta this year. A lot of people choosing to run with them.
Yeah, because all the wheels and your car that you pick and your character, they all have different stats that they have attributed to them. One might go faster, one might speed up faster.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're seeing that as we are rolling through. So Winnebago 1, 1-3, 1-5-6-7, 2-3-4-8 on the other side. So as we're getting kind of coming to the end of this first lap, really, again, pretty evenly matched here.
Especially for being 1 and 2 teams. They're looking, that's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, Gold Mario having a couple mess ups there as they run through that. So we'll switch over to Winnebago 2 that's in first place. So 1, 3, 4, 5 from Winnebago 1. Winnebago 2, 2, 6, 7, 8. So definitely Winnebago 1 pulling the advantage here. And looks like they're pulling away a little bit. So, you know, it's like second place, third place, trying to decide when he's going to use this red shell. But he sees that second place has that triple mushroom. So, yeah, he used it there. Oh, and then gets red shelled right on the jump. So we'll swap over here and see what our white Yoshi's doing. Has a 3 greens. Pink Yoshi with that single item. Gonna hold on to that in case he's getting red shelled. So Winnebago 1, 2, 3, 4. So big second and third match.
When it comes into that final stretch, though, anything could really happen when the items come down.
Yes. So it looks like 1, 2. I think we're going to see a 1, 2, 3, 4 from Winnebago 1. Huge race for Winnebago 1. They must have been stayed up late last night playing that one. That way they were ready for it. So 44-34. So definitely that was a big race for them. Coming back, we're going to see Mute City. Okay. So Winnebago won 44-34 after 2 races. They won that one 29-10. So luckily Winnebago 2 having a slight advantage after race 1. And again, not too far out of reach for Winnebago 2. So Mute City, we saw that earlier in the semifinals, now again in the finals. So here we are as we start this first race. So white Yoshi actually was a light blue Yoshi out in an early lead, but then dropping all the way back as Winnebago 2 taking over that early spot. So Winnebago 2, 1, 2, 3, 6. And again, Mute City, one of those where you got to choose whether or not you're going to take the speed boost in the middle or try to get the coins on the edge, because the coins matter in Mario Kart. Again, 10 coins equals faster kart, right?
Yep, sure, but at the same time, getting those speed boosters, those also speed you up for a little bit. It's a hard decision sometimes.
Yeah. So here we are. We'll switch over to Winnebago's 2s, number 2, 3. So 2, 3, 7, 2, 3, 4, 7. And as we are coming into the second lap, we're seeing 1, 4, 6, 8 from Winnebago 1 and 2, 3, 5, 7 from Winnebago 2. Winnebago 2 needing a little bit more to come back from what we had. All right, so here we go. Let's look at this. 2, 4, 7, 8 from Winnebago 2. 2, 4, 7, 8. Apologize for the delay on this, players. So Winnebago 1's going to take a lead on that one, 23-16. So that was a huge race. So Winnebago 2, if you want to make a comeback here, you're going to need to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe a 1, 2, 3, 5.
Which, seeing how these races have been playing out, it's definitely possible.
It is. So Twisted Mansion is our 4th race. Maybe not a common map, but kind of a creepy, fun one. So I do enjoy the music on this one. So here we are. We'll switch over to Winnebago 2's first place racer. So 2, 3, 4, 6. Winnebago 1 out to an early lead. So here we are, 6750 Winnebago 1 over Winnebago 2 as we're in race 4, Twisted Mansion. Winnebago 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, huge race for Winnebago. So we'll swap over to our first place racer. Has the triple greens. Do you think we'll see those, or is she just going to use them for items?
It's hard to tell. Especially if you get dropped, though, you're definitely going to want to hold on to those.
Right. So I could see that. I could see her holding on to them. You know, full on coins, so it's not like that extra slot's going to use. And really, as much of a lead as she has right now, she's probably not going to get anything if she does drop or it drops this and picks up anything else. It's going to be coins. So we're going to see the green shells being held. So.
Which really, if she can just hold that position there.
Yeah, if she holds this, it's going to win the cup. So, and really, she's doing a great job. So, ultimately, they gotta drop her, and you know, Winnebago 2 having a great race right now. Again, see a blue shell out. So we're going to see how that turns into this. Again, that blue shell is going to hit her. But she did have quite a lead, and then a red shell. So 1, 2, 6, 7 for Winnebago 2. So we're going to see a 1, 2, 4, 7. So 1, 2, 4, 7. So great race and good comeback, but Winnebago 1 is going to take that first cup, 81-75. So good race by Winnebago 1 there on that first cup, 81-75. So as we get things updated here, take a look at the arena. Again, Coach Tucker here doing a great job getting everything set up for us. It was a great facilities here. Hopefully if you're playing and you're going to be here later on, you'll be excited for what we have. As we jump back into Mario Kart, what's our first map here?
It's like it's Toad Harbor.
Toad Harbor is going to be our first map of Cup 2. We'll get that updated. Again, they're kind of running through here. I'm trying to get everything updated on our end as we are flying through. So, seeing Toad Harbor, Moo Moo Meadows, Super Bell Subway, and Tick-Tock Clock. So, maps we haven't seen yet today. So, here we are. Cup 2. So we're already in Winnebago 1 going 1, 2, 3, 7. Winnebago 2, 3, 5, 6, 8. So back and forth, pretty bunched up. Again, the cool thing about what we do with Mario Kart is we turn teams off so you can red shell your teammates. So, we don't have audio down by our teams, but just listening to players as they're talking, it's a team sport.
Yeah, there's a lot of communication going on.
It's constant, which place are you in and who's in which place. And I know coaches are helping out by, hey, they're here. So, I know with players that I have, I'm constantly saying, all right, we're in, just like I'm saying here with you, Winnebago 2, 2 4s, 5 8. So that way you kind of listen and you know which place you are. You're not necessarily having to look at the screens, but, the more skilled players, they don't need to necessarily look at their screen the whole time. They're kind of screen watching and everything else because guess what? It's all about knowing where your teammates are, who's doing what corners and everything else.
Yeah, just knowing the game overall.
And it looks like, again, another tight one. Winnebago 2, 2, 3, 4, 6. Winnebago 1 in that first. And, one thing with Toad Harbor, you don't see this shortcut right here used very often because it's not an advantage. So here we are in the third lap. We see a blue shell out. So Winnebago 1 getting hit by that blue shell. Winnebago 2 taking over. So Winnebago 2, 1, 3, 4, 5. And Winnebago 1 dropping 4, 5, 7, 8. So Winnebago 2 with the advantage right now. As Gold Mario in second. Looks like, is it a red Yoshi in first? Again, the meta being that Yoshi, we have 5 Yoshis out on the track right now racing. So here we are, finishing up 1, 2, 4, 7. 1, 2, 4, 7 for Winnebago 2. So Winnebago 2 out with a huge lead this first map. So 25-14 after map 1 as we go into Moo Moo Meadows. What are your thoughts on Moo Moo Meadows?
It's the same thing. There's a lot of with the preset maps. You're running into a lot of different maps that normally some of these teams wouldn't be playing.
Yeah, and again, the prep for state made them, try some maps that they maybe haven't, and you see it. But excited to see the state tournament and how things shake out in our first medal match of the day. We're going to see Division 4. Actually, we'll see Overwatch after this is over, then we'll go to Division 4. So lots of racing, lots of Overwatch today, as we're going to crown a couple state champions today and then a couple more tomorrow. So excited for this 2 days of the state tournament. So already, let's flip over to Winnebago 1's first place racer. So as we are coming around to the end of this first lap, looking like Winnebago 1 with a pretty good advantage. 1, 2, 3, 5. And Winnebago 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. So starting to see some more red shells coming out. Again, first and second place both have red shells. So they're going to hold on to those until they get past. Probably won't see our first place person use that for a while. So we'll jump over and see what our kind of back of the pack Gold Mario, what he's doing back here. Yeah, we got Winnebago 2 coming in, got a red shell. So then this third lap, we start seeing the cows crossing the road. Got to be careful, and again, there's movement there. Looks like Winnebago 1 can get hit with that red shell. Still 1, 2, 4, 5. So Winnebago 1 taking a big lead here. It's kind of what we saw last one. It's kind of back and forth on the different laps. So Winnebago 2. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. I missed something there. Somebody dropped. I think I'm off on my score, but we'll get a double check on that one as we continue on. But as of right now, we're going to say unofficially 42-36. So as we move into Super Bell Subway, close race so far between both of these teams.
Yeah, definitely.
So Winnebago 2 taking the advantage after map 1. Winnebago 2 taking the advantage here now, map 2. So map 3, here we go. So this one, you got to worry about the subway, right? So we're racing in the subway. Different tracks you can go on. You can go the high track, the low track. You got the trains all over. So again, I don't know what's necessarily the best track. I'm sure there is a technical one.
There's just a lot of factors that come and play with it, like your items, and especially with those subways going back and forth.
Right, and that's exactly right. You know, at one point you might want to take the inside track, but if that subway is there, you got to go to a different race or a different line in order to get around. So seeing the boomerang hit, we'll switch over to our second place racer here. See what Blue Yoshi's doing, taking the high road here. See a red shell coming out and our white Yoshi being able to stop that, but hitting the subway head on. So 1, 2, 3, 8. So big race now from Winnebago 2, or excuse me, Winnebago 1, 1, 2, 3, 8. Winnebago 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as we come around this final lap, so 4, 5, 6, 7 from Winnebago 2. 1, 2, 3, 7, Winnebago 1. We'll jump over to our first place racer. First place racer with the green shell, and then that red shell. Again, you hold that green shell behind, so when an item's thrown, like a red shell's coming in right now, you have that defense. So here we are as Winnebago 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huge race from Winnebago 1. Huge race from Winnebago 1. So 71-46 as we go into the fourth race. Tick-tock clock. What do you think of tick-tock clock? No comment on tick-tock clock?
Yeah, they're just... I don't know. I haven't usually played this one. It's weird because there's a thing in the middle that changes, so your track changes every lap.
Okay.
The different paths you can take.
So definitely one that you still can't even get adjusted to as you are rolling through. You got to just kind of know the map and see how it goes. So final race, Winnebago 1 right now leading 71-46. So Winnebago 2 needing a big. So we see somebody falling off there. So 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. As it changes on me. Oh, and getting hit. Yeah, that clock. I'm going to say right now, watching this, I don't think either one of these teams has played this one very much.
It's an interesting map.
Yeah, it is. You got right here, you got gears going different directions, so you got to know which way to jump and which way the boost is. Your shells are going to be important. Your mushrooms. We'll jump over here to our first place racer from Winnebago 1.
It's looking like he is a pretty big lead.
You know, he's got a huge lead right now. So Winnebago 1 coming off right now. Big lead. He hits the one banana right there. So
a couple of items though, and that lead could all go away.
Yeah, and just like that, he hits the banana peel, and we see it. He went from almost, I don't even know, a 5-second lead down, 10-second lead, and when we're talking the state tournament here, these racers know these maps pretty well, and are good racers. So even, like we said, I don't know how much this one's been raced, but we definitely got some people that have played this game quite a bit. So fun fact also, Winnebago has actually won the state tournament the last 2 years. So going for the three-peat, but unfortunately Syracuse and Conestoga had something different to say about that. But still, Winnebago has had a tremendous program those last 3 years that we've been running the Mario Kart. And again, it's great to see them back again
even
this year.
qualifying both teams for state.
Yes, and Winnebago, the one team in all 4 divisions that we're actually going to see not only Mario Kart 2 of their teams, but we're going to see their Overwatch team also. So again, a great season by their team. So as we finish this race, we're going to see a 3-5-6-7. So 3-5-6-7. That is going to secure the lead and the win for Winnebago 1. So congratulations to both of those teams as we the third place winner will be Winnebago 1 and our fourth place winner Winnebago 2. Have basically came from, I guess, Conestoga beat Winnebago 1 2-1 in the semifinals. Again, a match where they went up against Elkhorn Valley, won, beat Bridgeport, and then had Bergen Catholic in our first round. On the other side, Syracuse beating Winnebago 2-0 in our semifinals, beat Auburn 2-0 in the round before that. So we saw Exeter Milligan Friend, and then also they went up against, let me find it there, Central too. So, again, great matches that we've seen so far. And, again, we're getting ready to jump into this championship match now between Syracuse and Conestoga. Again, joined by 2 Conestoga students here. What do you got for predictions here? Who do you got winning this? You're going to say Conestoga you think has it? Or are you going to go on the other way and say Syracuse is looking tough?
Probably Conestoga.
Okay.
Well, if you look at it, they're both doing really well.
Yeah.
Just to start.
Yeah, absolutely. Both teams have done phenomenal this season. They've done phenomenal in the state tournament. We saw, some big matches, and I would say both of them, again, handling kind of what we had. So as we get the Mario Kart matches, let's see if we can close some things out. And, right away here, as we look and see, so we got Mount Wario. What are your thoughts on Mount Wario as you see the first round match here?
It's a pretty good map. There's lots of shortcuts that you don't need mushrooms or anything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one map. It doesn't loop around, which I think is kind of interesting. And there are a lot of opportunities for shortcuts.
Yeah, absolutely. So, looking at the roster here, Syracuse, let's go Conestoga, Matthew, Keith, Hunter, Brandon, and then Christian as their sub. So Conestoga, kind of a younger team, a person from every grade, and then Syracuse, Cooper we saw earlier, senior, and then Caleb, Ethan, Brian, and Eric all are sophomores. So as we get started with this first race, we got Mount Wario. So really not much of a lead. It looks like Syracuse must have set it up, so they kind of had the advantage, and sometimes that's the advantage for having getting to set it up, because you're in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then your opponent's in 5, 6, 7, 8. But some players will say they'd rather start a little bit further back, and we saw that in the first match from Syracuse. They did a little bit of bagging just to kind of to stay in the back. Did you guys see that?
I noticed that a little bit, yeah. With bagging, it can be challenging sometimes, but if you do it right, then there's a very high possibility of winning.
They did nerf it too, so it's a lot harder.
Yeah.
So as we watch here, Conestoga out in the early lead, has a red shell that's hitting him, but he does have that mushroom to hopefully get going. Syracuse taking over that first place position, and to me, when I look at this race, this is the hardest part of the track, going through these trees, right?
Yeah. Because to start off, every time you trick off of something, the more you trick, the higher you go. And with those trees, they've got basically a top that you can't surpass.
Right, and then items are being thrown into the mix, so it is a tricky part of the race. So again, all of these racers looking like they're making it through. Right now we got Conestoga 2, 3, 4, 5. So Conestoga doing quite well. And again, taking over that first place spot. So Conestoga doing excellent. Syracuse kind of dropping a little bit further back here. So we'll see how this first race will end.
So far, first has got a bomb and second place has got a super horn.
I think Conestoga might have the top 4 positions. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll jump back a little bit further. The getting past. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 6 from Conestoga.
Solid start.
Yeah, absolutely. So they're going to come out with a little bit of a lead this first one. So I put it in the wrong one. 27-12 as we
move on to the second round.
As we go on to the second one. So talk about that second.
So this one, as you're going through, there's a part that the boost pads actually basically get disabled and become a trap if you're too slow or if you pick the wrong time. And I think there's like 2 shortcuts on this one, if I'm correct.
Okay. So Cloud Top Cruise, I know when I've raced this one, it just feels like it's a really wide track, too.
Yeah.
So a lot of corners that you don't want to take the wide angle. You want to make sure to take them a little closer, which, again, that's when those bananas get to be a menace.
Yeah. But here at the start, you see many of them take a shortcut right there.
So let's switch over here. We got Conestoga 1, 2. We're seeing 3, 4, 5 from Syracuse. So Conestoga out to an early lead.
As you see here, the different boost traps.
Yeah, you're seeing that lightning, so don't want to get hit by any of that.
It's a big knockback if you hit.
Yes. And here's the second trick.
Luigi trying to take that shortcut and just got bumped a little bit and instantly went from 4th to 8th because missed that jump.
The worst feeling ever in any of the Mario Kart games, getting the slightest nudge and then missing what you're going for.
Yeah, and it looked like he got a little nervous because he didn't take that jump pad. So we got first place by Conestoga. We were seeing second by Syracuse, 2-3 Syracuse. And 4th place Syracuse. So again, right now kind of a back and forth. Again, Syracuse needs to have a big race here in order to come back from that 27-12 first map that they're down. So we got a triple mushroom here in 4th, which really helped. A blue shell out. Syracuse will see that hit here.
They team kill.
Conestoga gets hit by the blue shell.
I don't know if that was a team kill.
It was not.
Okay. I couldn't see who it is. I know 8th place is Syracuse right now, or excuse me, Conestoga right now.
Conestoga's up first. Syracuse got second.
So big right now by Conestoga.
Conestoga just keeps getting hit and hit.
You know,
Syracuse is doing well.
But still maintaining their 2, 3, 5, 8. So Bullet Bill out. Flip it over here and see our Inkling. Our Inkling was the one that was doing some bagging first match. So as we're finishing, we see a 3, 4, 5, 6 from Conestoga. So 3, 4, 5, 6 from Conestoga. So that will be a little bit of a comeback on that one. So 21-18, they did make a little bit more. Came back just a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
So still down, Syracuse down 12. Conestoga still continuing to race. So Mute City, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Same here.
Once again, we get to see the different strategies.
Yeah, I agree. You know, it's one of those where everyone has a little bit different race strategies. Everyone sees things a little bit different. So shout out to those that are watching on Twitch.
As you see, Conestoga and one of the Syracuse takes the very first
Yeah, it takes
coin
that,
path
yeah,
right in the beginning.
and you see that early. You know,
Yeah.
everyone with 10 coins. Our first place, again, first place must not have taken that boost. And again,
Long enough, yeah.
long enough, and he's going to pick some up right here. Again, get up to those 10 coins. Again, got to be at that 10 coins. Well, you don't have to be, but you
It's
definitely-
better because you get a speed boost and Slate mini turbo boost as
Yes, you definitely have that advantage with those 10 coins. So 1, 2, 3 from Conestoga right now. Conestoga looking good in this third race of the first cup. Again, we're a best 2 out of 3.
What positions does Stoga have? See 1 and 3 for sure. It's like 1, 2, 3. Syracuse is holding on to 4th and 5th. You see that the Princess Peach has a triple green. Luigi had a triple green, and Shy Guy's got a triple mushroom. Shy Guy missed the shortcut, and now
He's
has a
going to
triple
be
green.
in 8th.
Yeah. One miss, and you're going back.
Yeah, Conestoga doing really well. 1, 2, 3, 8. You know, that 8th place, like you were just saying, is a big one. But, you know, hey, when your teammates have 1, 2, 3, we're in good shape there.
Yeah.
So Conestoga doing well.
8th place could rig the. They could rig the game for the other team.
Yeah, because you get better items.
Yeah.
But see, Conestoga's got 1st and 4th.
So
Syracuse is snuck into 3rd.
1,
1, 2, 4.
1, 2, 4, 8, I think is what I saw.
Yeah, I think I saw that too.
Yeah.
So we'll update the scores, and if the coaches think it's different, they'll let us know. So right now, we got
Moving in
Conestoga 69-48. So if you know anything about scoring, I think that secured Conestoga with this first cup. I think you need 79 in order to win. So we'll still race Twisted Mansion. I know we got a couple listeners that they've written in and said that was their favorite. So Twisted Mansion coming out, kind of a spooky one.
Yep.
So final race of this cup.
The start, there's many chances for tricks, and if you get the right item, you can take a shortcut, like right in the beginning.
And I don't know this one well enough to know where all those shortcuts are in this one.
There's one right to the left now.
Right in the
There.
beginning.
Oh, and it
there's
looks
a-
like we had.
Look like they got some
Looks
pretty
like
good
he
drops
must have
in the
got
start.
it.
Yeah.
Looks like Blue Yoshi must have hit it. It's going to get hit by a red shell. Oh, got around it.
Yeah. Conestoga's got a person in 2nd that's being rich. Oh,
Yeah, Conestoga
Dodge the
2,
red.
3, 4, 5 right now. So doing well.
Conestoga's just snuck into 1st.
I think the top route is better where 8th is going.
Yeah, I mean, it's shorter, and I think you might be able to also get a mini turbo off of it.
Yeah, it's good with the right glider.
Yeah. Yeah, this corner, these two corners here, you get like the best boost on this most of the track.
So we're looking at Conestoga's first and second place racer. Looks like Syracuse trying to squeeze in there. Just picked up second. Ooh. Using that
fireball to get rid of the
out.
bomb.
Yep. So second and third are neck
and
and neck.
Oh, not anymore.
Yes. Conestoga dropped all the way back now from second to sixth.
Yeah.
So
And now the top 2 places are fighting.
1, 6, 7, 8. So Conestoga's got the top spot, but then they're dropping back to the other ones. And 2, 3, 4, 7 for Syracuse.
Conestoga had bad luck on first.
Conestoga, who's got, what, third and fourth at least?
Yeah, third wasn't first, and then they got red shelled.
Yeah.
Take a look kind of at the back of the pack there and see what's happening. Sometimes it's fun to see those items clearing the back. But we'll see here. So Conestoga 3, 4, 6, 7. 3, 4, 6, 7 from Conestoga. 3, 4, 6, 7. And Syracuse with the 1, 2, 5, 8. So Conestoga taking map 1, 85-71. That would be our first race of our championship. Again, good race by both schools. We'll look and see here what we got for our Cup 2 maps as we copy those over and as they pop up. What do you guys see with these maps, and what do you like and don't like? Or do you like them all?
I mean, they're pretty good. I think the only one that might be a little challenging for Conestoga here would be the Toad Harbor and maybe Super Bell.
Okay.
Haven't really seen those two.
And what's your guys' at practice? Do you guys have certain maps that you guys practice all the time? Do you guys do all of them? What is your...
What we normally play are like Dragon Driftway. Dragon Driftway and Mute City, I think, are our most played.
Okay.
Yeah. Our team 2 is also like less experienced, so we
Well,
can't.
I'm talking about Team 1 here. Team 2 is picking probably like Excite Bike to practice on.
And sometimes, yeah, I think a lot of, I'm going to say newer players like the Excite Bike just because it's an easy one. You go around.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
You turn twice and you do some jumps. So
lots of tricks.
It's also like luck based with the items as
Yeah.
well. So
Conestoga taking a first place so far. First and second. Syracuse falling behind but holding third.
Shy Guy's bouncing his way on the right.
Peach is fighting a little bit to get back up. And right now they're in fifth. Now second again. Syracuse has got third and eighth at least. Conestoga's looking pretty good. Syracuse is actually pretty close.
yeah, these are
Just took third.
So-
Conestoga got third and Syracuse took second.
so Conestoga 1, 3, 4, 7, and then we see 2, 5, 6, 7 from Syracuse. So we've got a couple red shells out. Bunch of mushrooms for Conestoga here on the right side. He's taking that far right track. We're going to see a shortcut here coming around this corner. I don't know if we call it a shortcut or just a cut.
It's a shortcut because it takes time off.
And you got to have the item in order to do it.
So it'd be a mushroom cut. Mushroom shortcut.
We'll call it a mushroom cut. So Conestoga again, 1, 3, 7, 8. Syracuse, 2, 4, 6, 7. Oh,
Con-
2, 3, 4, 5. So that was a huge corner
Yeah.
for Syracuse. Wow, a couple items and a couple shortcuts, and they're back in it.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This could be a cup.
Yeah.
You guys maybe aren't, but I am. So here we come around to the end of our first
I feel like this is
race
going to be
here.
like Conestoga's first cup, was it? Where they're like 2 points off from losing. 2 or 3. Or winning. I think it's 2
1,
points off from
6,
winning.
7,
still.
8. So huge race by Syracuse.
I'm pretty confident we can win.
So again, Syracuse taking that 23-16. That was a big race from them. Again, coming back after, not maybe so much of a good first cup. But here we go, Moo Moo Meadows, as we roll into our second race of the second cup.
This one I think only has shortcut possibilities in like one, maybe two areas. But this one, it's one of the easier maps in the game, I'd say.
I would agree.
Yeah.
So unless you get the cows become a little bit more.
It's annoying when they're basically a line right in the pathway.
Yeah, and that's all going to come down to when you get
to them.
Yeah, sometimes they mess up your mini turbo. And
You see Conestoga started off strong, but now they're falling behind.
Yeah, so Conestoga will jump up to their early racer here, 2, 6, 7, 8, where Syracuse 1, 3, 4, 7. So kind of a fight for a couple positions, but again, Syracuse right now in that top spot with the coin.
oh, and there's cows in the field.
Oh, absolutely. Who doesn't love some cows when they're driving down the middle of the road?
Yep.
That's Nebraska.
As you see here, we got Conestoga's holding kind of the back here. Got triple red. Well, Syracuse has got the first couple spots.
Yeah, so Syracuse 1, 4, 5, 8. Conestoga 2, 3, 4, 6. So, really point-wise, I think it's pretty close.
This is gonna be a close
mushrooms
race
right now. Everyone able to do these mushroom cuts that we call them.
We just got a team kill right there with their own teammate.
Cup 2 on the screen.
So
See
here we are. All right, 3, 4, 6, 7. 3, 4, 6, 7.
Blue Yoshi was snaking a lot.
So it looks like Syracuse is going to take the advantage this one, 23-16.
For a total of 46-32.
Yeah, 46-32. So Syracuse coming out on revenge from that first cup, trying to take us and go to a Cup 3. But again, 2 races still. This is any team's match. So get excited here as we're going into Super Bell Subway.
See, this one's got multiple pathways you can take, and near the end there's, I think, a possibility for a shortcut. But between those two things, this one's going to probably be close.
Yeah, and both teams doing a good job. Again, both those last 2 matches have been neck and neck, and again, it's back and forth as we fight through.
As they're going through here, they're going to have to worry about trams or trains, whatever you want to call them.
Let's
going
call
through.
them subways.
Subways.
We're in the subway, the trains, right?
True.
So
yeah.
right here, we're going to start seeing the different paths, high, low. You're seeing the trains. You're seeing jumps. You got to worry about where you're hitting the jumps as you come off. You got to worry about items. So this one, to me, is one of the hardest ones just because of everything that's happening.
Yeah.
And you can't see ahead of you because it's so twisty and turning.
Yeah.
So Conestoga 1, 2, 4, 5. So Conestoga right away coming out into a, pretty big lead. But again, we're still early in this first lap.
Mm-hmm.
If you go high, you can get your drift off better instead of being a tight train track.
All right, we'll jump over to Shy Guy and Luigi and see what they're doing for Syracuse.
Conestoga's got both ends of the spectrum here. One in first, one in 7/8.
Yeah, Conestoga 1, 6, 7, 1, 5, 6, 7. So, we got a blue shell out. So as we start going, we're going to jump over to our first place and see if he has anything to stop that, and he doesn't. So, but
But he
pretty
was
big
far
lead.
enough ahead.
Oh,
Ooh.
and then that red shell. So
Right behind it. Oh, and then hit by probably a triple banana as
You got
well.
King Boo.
we love Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Here
Never
we
know what's
go.
going to happen.
Lap 3 of this third race. Conestoga 2-4-5-7. Syracuse 1-3-6-7. So we are neck and neck. We have
Another
some-
blue shell.
we got a blue shell out, so we'll see what happens here. That's going to be huge for Conestoga here coming into this one.
Conestoga
it's
hit
even
by a
worse.
rogue green.
So Syracuse able to
Just barely
prevail
towards finish.
here. So 3-5-6-8. 3-5-6-8. 3-5-6-8.
By the looks of it, we're probably going on to a third cup.
At the current rate, we probably will be.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're going to a third
looking
cup.
at score, that is true. So
This is point to point.
that
Whoever
right
gets the
there
third cup wins it.
secured Syracuse's win in this third cup. So we will be going on to a third cup. But needless to say, we're going to do some TikTok clock right now. though.
Yeah.
I think it's our team's favorite map.
One of them, yeah. Because this
Yeah.
was also another one that's played pretty often. I think Conestoga's got this one.
Okay.
The last cup for Conestoga, I think, is going to be pretty difficult.
We haven't seen those races yet or those
Haven't seen
maps
them yet.
But we'll see. We'll get through this one and we'll see what happens. So we'll flip over here and see what Syracuse's second and third place racers are doing.
Conestoga neck and neck with second and third.
So 1-2-5-7 from Syracuse. 2-3-5-8 for Conestoga. Yeah, Inkling for Syracuse just getting out to a lead and going. So Inkling and Yoshi are going neck and neck. We got a red shell coming from Conestoga, but able to defend that by the item.
Conestoga seventh has got a triple mushroom, got two left, and a boo in backup.
Yeah, and we're seeing a bunch of mushrooms now coming from
Yeah, a bunch of mushrooms.
further and behind. We'll see a triple green.
Conestoga's got two triple greens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and able to knock off one of Syracuse's racers. So Conestoga, right now as we go into this third lap, 1-3-5-6. Syracuse 2-4-7-8. Good defense by Syracuse with that yellow. So here we go, halfway through this third lap.
Ooh, Conestoga's fourth has got a super horn in his pocket.
Yeah, I think he also firebolt and
Yeah.
Oh,
He just barely
missed it.
Syracuse's player.
So Conestoga coming around here, getting first place. So 1-6-7-8 from Conestoga. 1-6-7-8 from Conestoga. But that will, needless to say, seal the victory for Syracuse on that one. So Syracuse winning 94-62. So again, we saw a great cup, great match. Again, let's take a look here now at our third cup match. Again, where we are tied 1-1 in the state championship between Syracuse and Conestoga.
If you look here, the third one, Ice Outpost. One of the nicknames for our lead player was the King of Ice Outpost.
All right,
He's
so
one of the better players on Ice Outpost.
going to look at Conestoga's team as they're getting ready. Their sub in the middle there. Give them some feedback. So here we are.
Don't forget to reset the scores and change the cup name.
Let's do that.
Conestoga looks less scared than Syracuse.
So Cup 3, race 1.
There's a possibility here for a super jump on one of the things. There's a flower that you can do it off of.
So as we get started here with race 1, the temperature outside, 49 degrees at York International Airport. Cloudy skies with no wind, so shouldn't see any moisture affecting today's race.
Yeah. So look here, they're getting a decent drift in, and most of them are probably going to take this cut here. Yep.
It's not much off-road, so it's a big advantage.
Yeah. At the end, there's another shortcut that if you mistime it or don't have enough speed, you've fallen off. I think a lot of them might take it, but there's also, if you take the normal route, it might not even be that far of a difference. Ooh, but Conestoga's Red Yoshi falling off at the shortcut.
Yeah,
Syracuse holding first and third.
Yeah, we'll jump back over again. You know, in that the first semifinals match where we saw Syracuse and Winnebago playing, you know, the Inkling was kind of the one that was back bagging. You know, he's not doing that so much in this one. He's just, we got to go out and win this. So, again, a little bit different strategy. Went with that strategy, and I think it also matters on the maps. You know, some of those maps are made for those. And when we say bagging, it's basically you're ultimately staying in the back and you're getting better items.
Because the further back you are, the better stuff you get. So if you're holding on to like a shock or something like that, you're going to be better off.
Absolutely.
Though you could still hate your own team with that. So it's not as good in this.
So Syracuse right now, 1, 2, 3, 8. So a big lead right now by Syracuse. And again, sitting quite well with their racers. Again, Conestoga just a little bit behind, 4, 5, 6, 7. So as we start this third and final lap.
Conestoga, 4th and 5th with Syracuse got 2nd and 8th.
Jump over to Inkling, who's in first, and see
we got
how
1st through 3rd and 8th so far.
Yeah, Conestoga looking really good.
Goes the short route.
Inkling taking first.
They got top 3.
So 4, 5, 7, 8 for Conestoga. 4, 5, 7, 8. So Syracuse having a good match and actually passing somebody right there at the end to take over that 6th place spot. So 27-12 by Syracuse as we move into this second race.
Now this one,
Excite Bike,
the least favorite of our team won here.
I would say this is a very, like, if you are a non-racer, like I know the coach from Davis City, Ebica, this is his favorite because he's not a very good racer. So
it's just very easy. You're just going in circles.
So he's going to choose Excite Bike because he doesn't know it. So he knows how to turn right, and that's all you need. Where our experienced racers, they know the shortcuts, they know the jumps.
Yeah.
So, but hey, ultimately,
if they get mushrooms here, they could take the shortcuts at both ends, and that could just win it for them. Whichever side takes it, it's a good possibility.
So Syracuse out first, third, 1, 2, 3, 7. So again, we're still early in this first lap.
Something that's interesting is if you're going fast enough, you can actually just hop over the mud puddles.
Yep, and that's where you'll see some of those racers doing that extra little bouncing. And again, those of you novice racers out there, on all of these jumps, you'll see they're called a extra, what is it? It's a boost as you're jumping. You're doing tricks. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So that trick gives you that extra boost. So they're timing all these jumps to make sure they get those extra ones. And any mushrooms on the curves, they can cut off a little bit of time. So you'll see racers hold on to those mushrooms until they hit that corner, so that way they can cut out a little bit. So Conestoga right now, 1, 3, 4, 5, or Syracuse 2, 6, 7, 8. So Conestoga at the halfway of this race, just a little bit ahead.
Bigger wheels are also bad for this map because you bounce super high and then you don't recover very well.
And that is what's hard, I would say.
You want to stay low because then you can hit more tricks.
And that's what's hard with when you're setting your race up, I guess, or your car. You got to kind of set it for everything, right?
Yeah.
And it's tough. That's what makes Mario Kart our favorite.
Yeah.
I go for like a handling car, like pipe
Yeah,
frame,
handling is kind of nice.
pipe
Traction
frame
can be as well.
gla-
So half a lap
and
here.
stuff.
Conestoga 1, 2, 5. Flip over to our high racers on the Syracuse team. So we'll see Conestoga here as they are coming into the race. So they will end 1, 2.
1, 2, 7.
Oh, he might have got him. 1,
Nope.
2, 5, 7. So 1, 2, 5, 7. So big comeback there from Bullet Bill as he goes around that corner and takes it. So big comeback there from Conestoga. Conestoga trailing at the halfway of this third cup, 36-42 to Syracuse as we start the third race.
Now with Ice Outpost, there's like, I think one, kind of two shortcuts and there's multiple paths. There's two of them the whole time. I think the whole time.
So Ice Outpost, this is the first time we've seen this map today. Seeing the leaderboard as we're popping up.
I think we're gonna make the comeback on this one.
Yeah, as I said, our leader, Matthew, he is really good at this map. And some of our other players are pretty good as well.
Yeah. Matthew's most likely the red Yoshi in fifth.
Okay.
right now.
Yes.
So the
If we
prediction
look-
is Red Yoshi should be out on top. So we'll keep an eye on him as we start this race off on Ice Outpost. So again, this one just the same as our Subway one. A couple different tracks that you can do. You can fall off this one. Again, going from Excite Bike, which is pretty basic, to now a more advanced one.
Yeah.
We have a different style of racing and everything else. And, you know, this is where, again, some of these tracks, you see it, where your more advanced racers definitely have an advantage
Yeah.
on these ones. Shortcut there by our blue.
Our red Yoshi getting double red shelled just as he's trying to take a jump.
Now we'll jump back to the back of the pack from Conestoga.
Syracuse is holding the front.
Yeah, Syracuse 1, 2, 3, 6. So Syracuse doing a good job to maintain that as we're halfway through the second lap.
And Syracuse is one of his members is falling behind a little bit. And Conestoga is now catching back up.
So here we are.
Peach, which is most likely Hunter, has
Yes.
successfully hit their Syracuse, but then got knocked off at the jump and is now in 8th,
We'll jump over to first
Syracuse.
place Inkling.
holding roughly the front of the pack.
Yeah, Syracuse 1, 2, 5, 7. So this is because of what it is. It's back and forth. It's going to be pretty close on points. So every position is going to matter in this third race of this third cup. So again, we're crowning a state champ in 2 races. So
Yeah.
we got to get some points here, and who's it going to be? So
Yeah.
Syracuse looking like they're coming out again, first, second, 6th, 8th. So as we're finishing here, so 3, 4, 7, 8 from Conestoga.
Syracuse is looking pretty good. With
Syracuse
this one.
looked tough that one.
Yeah. With the points, it could still be anyone's game.
So we'll jump over and take a look at Conestoga as they're discussing and figuring out what they're going to do. So again, we got a race score right now. Syracuse 67, Conestoga 50. Again, this is going to come down to it. Again, you need 78 points to tie, 79 with the win. So Conestoga has to finish in the top 5. All the players top 5 in order to get this. So
And this map has a lot of possibilities.
This
to fall
one does.
off.
Again, Warriors Gold Mine. Again, lots of places to fall off. Several shortcuts throughout.
Yeah.
So
And the bats in the tunnel, it's just like with the Lumu Meadows. They could still hit you.
Absolutely. As you're going through those tunnels, those bats flying out at you. We love it.
Yeah. All the chaos. Ooh, Luigi trying to go for the shortcut, but getting hit at the last second.
Most of the shortcuts are kind of tricks, though. They're like slower than just going on the regular path.
Some of them
Others
are. The one that Luigi was going for would have been faster, but maybe by 1 millisecond or so.
One Shy Guy's in right now is kind of slow.
Yeah.
So as we start this
Second lap.
second lap,
Conestoga's-
Conestoga 1, 2, 3, 8. So we'll jump over to that first place racer. So again, Conestoga, if they want to make a comeback here,
They
it
have
has
to get that
be.
8th player
Yep.
back up.
So, and back here, all of a sudden you could get a couple good items, and all of a sudden things change. So again, Conestoga 1, 2, 3, 8. So we will see how this race ends.
Kind of wish we had a look at that Inkling there, because it looked like he might have item backed for half a second.
All right, there's your Inkling. Yeah, Inkling has been the one that, and I think what he's probably doing is by staying in the back, he's got the blue shell. So blue shell away. Again, that's going to be big here because
Yeah.
again, it's going to take that. But again, the rest of your racers are there.
Blue shells are pretty good because they can take out
They can take out,
everybody
yeah,
all at once.
if they're all together.
So halfway here through the third lap of our fourth race of the third cup. So again, Syracuse just a little bit on the point margins, but we'll see how this turns out. And I don't think that's going to be enough.
Yeah, me neither.
So 1, 4, 6, 8. 1, 4, 6, 8. That's going to secure the win
For Syracuse.
for Syracuse. So
Well played,
congratulations
well
to Syracuse, your Division III state champs, winning that 86-70. So congratulations to both teams as they're going to go shake hands, and we'll give you that view again here in our fabulous York Arena. Again, congratulations to Syracuse, your Division III state champs. Conestoga, your runner-up.